Bienvenido, entrenador. Bienvenidos a todos. So we're going to the first question. Michelle Kaufman from Miami. Good morning, Javier. We did not see Leo training, so my question is, how is he doing? Is he available? If we can have a report about him. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yeah, Leo did not train with the team today. He trained differently. And because of what I described the other day after the match, and it's that he felt uncomfortable in within those 45 minutes he played, and we will we will see him throughout the day today, tomorrow, but no, he's not ruled out. He's not ruled out. I cannot tell you if he'll play or not, but it has to do with the feelings he has. Javier, good morning. How are you? Fernando Petruccelli for Diario USA. You imagine have Hill with more combat, with more people. I'm not asking you for the lineup, but how are you planning to face the offensive scheme of Tigres? Well, yes, they are a team that has a lot of offensive power, but I'm one of the trainers that beyond looking at the features of players depending on the match and the plan we also understand that defensively speaking we have to defend the system. It's not one or two players, it's more collective. It won't vary much from what we've been doing, and from that, and the goal of course is to neutralize Tigres, to neutralize Tiger, to be protagonist, to handle the ball, to set the pace of the match. Because if we play the game at our own pace, we have more options of beating Tigers. The first row over here. Good day, Javier. Given that the match is tomorrow and Thursday is the past market closest, today is the best place to ask you. I want to ask you if you have any movements, if you've thought about improving the lineup for the rest of the season, calendar, and the rumors about David Ruiz, Fafa. Are you expecting movement, hectic hours for the lineup of the team? Well, I've said this several times already. Until the last day of the signing window, we will see. The team is bringing one or two reinforcements. Hopefully that will help. And what I can tell you is that we are expecting no one to leave. The ones that are now with us will continue till the rest of the season. If we can add someone else, that would be great. But my idea is not to get rid of any other player. Our colleague from Monterrey. Hi, Javier. Roberto Flores from Grupo Multimedios. In this study that for analyzing your rival Tigres, you've spoken about the kind of players, how complicated it would be. So, what have you analyzed? What's more complicated beyond what you've already mentioned, Tigres? Well, they're a team, but they're very clear in what they're playing. They bring a lot of people in the attack line. Well, the features that they have, Gorriani and Bruneta, well, this shows that they're an offensive team because they are very offensive midfielders and with four strikers. We know Angel, he sometimes plays a striker, and yeah, from that we think that they're a team that if you give them ball, if you give them the lead, they'll make you have a bad moment. So that's why I'm saying that we have to be able to handle and manage the time of the team, to be protagonist and to take control and to manage from that perspective the match. It's clear that if Tigres is playing, or if they play as they've been doing so, well, they are a team that's equipped to attack. And if we can take the ball from them and we make them play in a different way, that's where we think we're having more options. Thanks so much. Vladimir Garcia from TUDN. A moment ago, Guido Pizarro was saying that at some moment you were together in the national team, that you know each other very well, that you have a great relationship. He just started his career as a coach. From one day to the other, he stopped being a player and took the bench. So, what's your opinion about Guido? What you expect from him? And from these kind of matches, you've learned a lot beyond the result. Well, yes, of course, I have a very good relationship with Guido. We haven't played in national team, but at some moment we've been together in in my last stage in the national team. And as a player, what can I tell you? A player that has um he's an idol. He has marked the history in Tigres in another role as a trainer, as a coach. Since he started being a coach, he's been doing great things. The last championship, they reached semifinals and they were eliminated by the champion. And also he had a great Conca champions. And well, maybe add to what Tigres was, adding a more offensive facet. Maybe he's changed a little bit from the previous championship to this one, from the line of five to the line of four. I think that that's the biggest change from one championship to the other. And yeah, he's a guy with a big personality, very important in teams and captain. And yeah, to wish him the best, except for tomorrow. But for the rest of his career, I wish him the best. For him, Nahuel is also a very good friend, and we've shared everything, good and bad things. So yeah, that the last row. Javier, how are you, David? Diario Led. Well, adding to the discussion of the signing market. Well, we heard the name of Gonzalo Piovi. Is he a player you're interested in? And about tomorrow's match, what are you what are you thinking for the final? Well, yeah, I won't deny this thing of Gonzalo's has been all over, and the club is working on that. Um, being able to tell you anything else? No, I can't. I can't tell you anything else. But also, the team is working in an additional offensive option, so we'll see. And when it comes to tomorrow, I stick to these 7 months we've been working on, where the team, or most part of the time, we've competed well. We've had some performances not that good at the moments where we haven't, we've been disconnected, and the rivals and our competitors have let us know that, and we felt it, but we're trying to keep this same dynamic we had the previous weekend. We've been doing it very well, practically till the Orlando match. And that setback we had with Cincinnati, that wasn't a Mundial de Clubes or even before. From Montreal to now, that was by the end of May as of today. We've had a couple of disconnections that well, it has had a cost, but when the team was committed, we came out and we started confident and we were in the same line. The team has competed in the best way possible. So the path is very clear. We know where we have to go if we really want to be successful tomorrow. It will depend on us. We do know that the rival plays. We know that they're very important rival, but we have the tools to compete and to try to play well and pass. The first row, Ashley Cerda, for Once Diario. Even with all players and figures that Inter has, you are all. We know that everyone's always betting and stopping Messi because he's the player that can inflict more damage. But you spoke about Juan Bruneta, Fernando Gorriarán. But, well, you always stop Angel Correa because of the moment he's living in recent moments. Well, yes, clearly, Angel is a key player. In fact, well, this is my opinion. I think that he's a key signing for the objectives of Tigres for this season and for the future. And he is a player that can inflict a lot of damage, a lot of movement. Sometimes you cannot detect him. He can play as a mid player from the outside, as a striker. He has all these virtues of moving, of finding spaces, and well, that's where well, not just individually with the considering the characteristics of each player, but from a collective standpoint of defending collectively, we might neutralize him. So I think that Tigres game with these three players you just named, Lionel Herrera, they're players that give different things to the team, and that's where probably they bring their best potential. So we'll try to neutralize them. We'll try to understand that the match will go that way, and also with the idea of playing the we possess the ball, that we uh, 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 set the pace of the match, and that we can control the game. First row, Juan Carlos Jimenez from El Norte in Monterrey. Javier, I wanted to ask you something more personal. How are you feeling as a coach in this time here in Inter Miami? And and how do you handle this team that has lots of egos, players that have won a lot? So how's your ambition? How do you see the ambition and how do you handle these as a trainer? Well, as a coach, when win well and when you lose bad, that's the story. When you win, the on Sundays they're very sunny and everything, and when you lose, it's complicated. But that's part of our job, and it's what moves us. Competing, trying to keep looking to the future, and I think that you select or you choose being a coach, and that we can somehow keep competing. You cannot compete in the inside, so you try to find ways of competing from another place. And now, knowing that you're a coach and that there are lots of situations that you cannot control anymore, as when you are a player and you control things. And now, when it comes to the players and to the most experienced players that we have, well, yeah, they're the ones that show us the way forward, the ones that are trying to bring a line to their playmates, and always trying to get more, and that is a blessing because in the team they're creating the necessary attention for a team that wants to be a protagonist and get things. So yeah, they help us a lot with their experience and, well, to try to manage and understanding the moment that they are in their careers. It's clear that we are a very special team because we have 5 or 6 players that are very experienced. We have a lot of young players as well that are not that young, but that they're trying to. well, most of them, they're trying to take the first steps for the outside, and yeah, trying to assemble that is my responsibility. Thanks so much. Ready? Thanks so much. Bye.